Oh, my good friend, before we start, let me ask you a question. If there is something that never changes, it is everywhere and every when, what is that? Something never changes, it is everywhere and every when. A close answer or a proper answer could be space. Space is a word that we are pointing out. When we look outwardly, there's something that never changes. Meaning, if you look at something now, like a table, a room, a house or tree, anything that you can perceive now, it its existence is because there's a space there. It exists because there's a space there. No space, no object. So maybe 1 hour ago, a book in front of you was not there. 10 years ago, the house you're looking at maybe if you are living in a new house, 10 years ago the house didn't exist. It was not there. Maybe the space you're looking at 100 years ago, if something else sit there. If we can go back to like million years ago, everything you're looking around does not exist. Maybe there's a dinosaur walking on that space. You see, everything changes except space. But space is more like outwardly perspective. Actually, there is something inside of us that never changes too. The inner space, or the awareness. From moment we wake up, the first second wake up in the morning, to the last second we close our eyes and fall completely into sleep, the awareness never changes, but the contents always change, always move from person to another person, from a situation to another situation, from a object to another object, from a sound to another sound. It always changing. The contents of the awareness always change, but the awareness behind all experience never changes. So in this context, there's a word, consistency. If you can find the awareness behind all your experience, all the phenomena appears and disappears in the awareness, then you may find a consistency. You find something that is everywhere and is everywhere. It was always there. It never changes. So all the practice, all the spiritual practice or meditation or whatever your technique you're using is revert to that which is never change, which never changes. Whatever is, is. Whatever is not, cannot be. You see in this ancient Greek quote, there's a huge wisdom. If we can find whatever is, then you may experience a consistency, a stability, a simplicity, a purity, a unity, a harmony. All these words becomes your experience. It's not a word in a book anymore. It becomes your direct experience. I repeat all these beautiful words: purity, consistency, stability, transparency, connectivity, infinity, ground zero, universal field. Can you feel it right now? Can you find whatever is? Can you recognize it and abide in it? That's all. So if we can abide in, if we can recognize it and abide in it, there's a unity between, something will happen. There's a unity between our body, mind, and spirit. There must be a change in terms of the change to the change of the old patterns of thinking, behavior, and speech. To be more specifically, if we say, well, we try to meditate, I try to calm my monkey mind down. Sometimes you find it's very hard. The monkey mind won't listen to your attention, to your intention, sorry. So most of the time in meditation we have the intention that for this moment I want to relax my body. I want to calm down my mind. Ideally to zero thought. We can try now. Try right now. Relax the whole body. Take a deep breath. Calm down my mind. If our thought can drop to a certain level that it won't distract you, disturb you anymore, then there's a consistency between the body, the relaxed body, the relaxation physically, and your mind, the tranquility of the mind. There's a consistency. Or in opposite way to explain in a negation is sometimes our body and mind is in disharmony. We know that meditation is good for us, but the body or the monkey mind won't listen. So we have lots of reason not to meditate, because there's a inconsistency between the intention and action. There's a hindrance that blocking our intention to a higher dimension of consciousness. But don't worry, it's normal, it's natural. The only thing is, again, you have a consistent intention to say, do a good thing, to meditate, to do something that benefits you every day, every hour, every second. Maybe at the initial stage, we cannot do it every day. For example, meditation. We may do it weekly or every other day. It's okay. At least you have a consistency, weekly consistency. And when the benefit reach a level that you find, wow, it feels good after every session of meditation, after maybe we can also use different words. Maybe it's not meditation. Something makes you feel good, meaning 3 levels of feeling good. Your body is relaxed, your mind is calm, and your heart is open. No matter what technique you're using, it's meditation is not meditation. It's okay. At least the 3 character of any types of healing involves 3. Your body is relaxed, your mind is calm, your heart is open. Any approach, any healing approach should have basically these through the 3 character. So meditation may be a good way, or some other approaches too. So you keep doing that kind of practice, meditation or non-meditation, until one day you feel there's a consistency between the practice and the non-practice. Meaning when you practice, you feel good, you feel your body is relaxed, your mind is calm, your heart is open. So you find when you practice meditation or non-meditation, you're always feeling good in three different levels. And there's a consistency between the practice and your everyday life. Meaning you always could recognize and abide in something that you're always feeling good, which makes you feeling good. So that's another meaning of consistency. Consistency is not a practice in terms of time, every day, every hour, but also a state of mind, a state of consciousness that you always find and abide in that state of mind. And that state of mind is your pure awareness. Is the awareness. The awareness never changes, but the objects or the contents in the awareness always change. If you're frequent practitioner, you may ask one important question. Where does our awareness go in the deep, dreamless sleep? In deep sleep, we lose our awareness. You are not aware anymore. Do you agree? So, if there's a consistency, if our awareness is always consistent, why we lose it in our deep sleep? It seems not consistent anymore. It's inconsistency. Then you must be aware enough to find that question, to ask this question. There is an explanation for this in a yogic group. You can find out it's true or not by yourself. So when you are not aware, let's put it away. So in our deep sleep, we are not conscious, we are not aware. That you're aware of the awareness in the deep sleep is awareness. I repeat, you are aware that you lose the awareness in the deep sleep is kind of awareness. So my understanding is our awareness is still not the ultimate self or the true self. Our awareness is the functional part of the true self. Or in other words, the true self is even deeper than the pure awareness. If I put the Taoism's yin and yang in this context, so the awareness is the yang functional part of the Taiji unmanifested. There is something unmanifested yet. So the awareness is manifestation of that unmanifested. So the true self is even deeper than that. But you have to realize it by yourself, by your own experience. I heard some masters can be aware in their sleep. So in that context, a sleep is a conscious sleep. So sleep may lose its worldly meaning in that context. From a worldly understanding, is sleep is a unconscious state of mind, right? But if you can be aware in the sleep, can we call that sleep, that kind of conscious sleep, a sleep? Anyway, it is very interesting. Please find it and discover it. Recognize it by your own experience. Okay, before we end this session, let's spend 1 minute for this experience, to experience this consistency, stability, purity, simplicity, connectivity, luminosity, infinity, and same time zero, ground zero. Okay, there's an assignment here. If you're very serious about awakening, try to have this consistency in everyday life, in everyday life activities. When you're doing, walking, talking, working, can you find this consistency, the awareness behind every doing? That's a true practice. Thank you. Bye now.